You're in a job interview. It's going well until the hiring manager asks, "So, what are your salary expectations?" Your mind races. Say a number that's too low, and you might undercut your value. Say a number that's too high, and you worry you'll knock yourself out of the running. In this video, you'll learn exactly how to handle this question with confidence, how to choose the right salary range, and specific sample answers you can adapt for your next interview. Let's start with why employers even ask this question. First, they need to know if your expectations fit their budget. Second, they want to gauge how well you understand your market value. And third, they're assessing how you handle a potentially uncomfortable discussion. Knowing this helps you respond strategically. Your goal is to show you're informed, reasonable, and focused on mutual fit, not just a random number. Before you ever share a salary expectation, you need to know the market rate. Research typical pay for your role, experience level, and location using tools like salary comparison websites, professional association reports, and even talking to trusted peers or mentors. Narrow your findings into a realistic range. For example, you might discover that mid-level marketing roles in your city typically pay between $70,000 and $85,000. That research becomes the foundation for your answer. Next, translate the market data into your personal range. Factor in your years of experience, your specialized skills, your current or most recent compensation, and the cost of living in the job's location. Also consider benefits, bonus potential, and flexibility. Decide on 3 numbers: your ideal target, your acceptable minimum, and your aspirational high end, still realistic but top of the range. This gives you room to negotiate while staying honest and consistent. Now, let's break down 3 strong frameworks you can use to answer this question. Number 1, the range-based answer, where you provide a well-researched salary range instead of a single number. Number 2, the flexible answer, where you emphasize overall compensation and fit, while still signaling a general band. And number 3, the value-focused answer, where you link your expected salary to the results and impact you bring. You can mix and match these depending on the situation. Here's the range-based framework. You briefly mention your research, then give a realistic range. For example, based on my research on similar roles in this area and considering my experience, I'm looking for something in the range of $80,000 to $90,000. Of course, I'm open to discussing the overall compensation package. This shows you're informed, reasonable, and flexible. The flexible framework is useful earlier in the process or when you don't have full information yet. For example, I'm primarily focused on finding a role that's a strong fit in terms of responsibilities, growth, and team culture. I'm confident we can land on a compensation package that's fair, based on the scope of the role and market rates. Could you share the budgeted range for this position? Here, you redirect gently and invite them to go first. The value-focused framework anchors your expectations to what you deliver. For example, given my track record of increasing campaign engagement by over 30% and managing 6-figure ad budgets, I'm targeting a total compensation range in the low to mid-90s. I'm open to discussing specifics based on the full scope of the role and benefits. This ties your desired salary directly to measurable impact. Here are concrete examples you can adjust. Entry-level example. I'm early in my career and really focused on growth and learning. Based on similar entry-level roles in this area, a range of $55,000 to $62,000 seems appropriate. I'm open to discussing the full benefits package and opportunities for development. This shows that you've researched, but you're still flexible and growth-oriented. For a mid-level role, with around 5 years of experience in this field and consistent results leading projects, I'm targeting a salary in the $80,000 to $95,000 range, depending on the full scope of responsibilities and the overall compensation package. I'm definitely open to discussing details as we learn more about each other's expectations. This balances confidence with collaboration. For a senior or leadership role, Given my 10 plus years of experience, my background leading cross-functional teams, and my track record of improving revenue and efficiency, I'm looking for a total compensation package in the range of $140,000 to $165,000. Of course, I'd like to understand the bonus structure, equity, and benefits so we can find a package that works well for both sides. Here, you recognize that senior pay is more than just base salary. Sometimes, recruiters push for a number very early, maybe in the first phone screen. You can respond like this: I'm still learning about the role and responsibilities, so I'd love to understand more before giving a specific number. Could you share the range you have budgeted for this position? If they insist, you can share a broad range that you genuinely consider based on your research and emphasize that you're open to discussion. Online applications often require a number before you talk to a human. If there's an option, enter a reasonable range instead of a single figure, based solidly on your market research. If the form only accepts one number, you can enter your mid to high target from your personal range. Then, in conversation later, you can clarify, on the application, I entered a figure based on preliminary research, but I'm open to discussing the full compensation package once we've aligned on the role's scope. Avoid these common mistakes. First, don't say you have no expectations at all. That can signal you're unprepared or lack confidence. Second, don't give a number with no research to back it up. Third, avoid locking yourself into your absolute minimum too early. That leaves no room for negotiation. Finally, don't apologize for your expectations. Present them calmly and professionally, grounded in data and your value. To recap, understand why employers ask about salary, research the market, define your personal range, and choose the right framework, range-based, flexible, or value-focused. Use the sample answers for your level as a starting point, then customize them to your situation. Now, write down your own answer, say it out loud a few times, and practice until it feels natural. When the question comes, what are your salary expectations? You'll be ready to answer with confidence. If you found this helpful, explore more of our interview guides to keep leveling up your career.